Hey there guys, what's going on? It's Gil right here back on the 5-9 channel. We are now talking about the category that Tapion and Minotia bring. If you haven't checked out the previous video where we broke down his kit, his leader scale passive, whatnot, check out the previous video. And of course, now we're on to the category he leads. Now, Tapion and Minotia lead two categories: Timeless Legends, or what we think is Timeless Legends, and Siblings Bond. Of course, we know what Siblings Bond brings because Gohan and Goten. But we're here to talk about Timeless Legends. Today with me, we have Choco yet again. Say hello.
Hello.
Of course. Now, in the previous video, Choco and I kind of talked about it a bit, thinking, what could possibly come. We thought, there was possibilities of Namek Goku, Broly, SSJ3 Goku. We were, throwing some shots and punts at some ideas that we could see in hopes that we could get it on the category, because Timeless Legends, the whole idea was like, we're gonna get legends, moments and iconic moments that are based on tales from the olden days, quote unquote, from Dragon Ball and the lore from Dragon Ball. Instead, we got a completely, well, I wouldn't say completely different category. We got a slightly different idea from Akatsuki. So Choco, give us a quick rundown on the category.
Yeah, the category is just really wonky. It looks just weird. Only 5 LRs in the category, 2 are free to play, and 6 rows of URs, not a ton. And all the units are so wildly different. Like Bojack shares no links with Team Bardock, and Team Bardock shares no links with the Kid Boos, and you have Demon King Piccolo. So you have a wide variety, but then when you actually try to match them together and match him with even the leader, it's gonna be a pretty wonky team. I guess what are your first impressions on the category?
Well, I mean, like Choco mentioned, the category is completely different to what we expected. It brings in units like Bojack, Team Bardock, DKP, Boo, Pycon. At first glance, we all were just questioning
Pycon?
what. Yeah, Pycon's in there. Age of Pycon
in there. Nice.
No, he's in there. So we just questioned what was the main idea. Demigra is in there, Dark Masked King / King Vegeta's in there. So at first we initially thought what was the category about, because this wasn't Timeless Legends. Then, some thinking about it and thought processes later on, we realized it was basically people who lost in the past, effectively. People who lost before Dragon Ball even started, the OG Dragon Ball. So before Goku became who he was, this is the category we have. So we know DKP was sealed ages ago, and then he came back. We know Majin Buu was sealed before Dragon Ball, and he came back. Bardock died before Dragon Ball. King Vegeta died before Dragon Ball. Pycon died and is in heaven, so he died before Dragon Ball, is what Akatsuki is basically telling us. Bojack sealed before Dragon Ball even began. Tapion and Minotia sealed before Dragon Ball came out and were featured in the movie. So these are all characters and units that basically died or sealed in the past and either came back or are still dead and are mentioned in Dragon Ball Z and Super. This also does mean that this is another category for Moro down the line. So maybe when Moro comes out, this category is going to get fleshed out a bit more as well. And maybe more iterations of, say, DKP, Bardocks and whatnot could make this category broader. But like Choco said, there is not much overlap between the units in this category. You're going to be running, most likely, even on Tapion and Minosia's team, you're probably going to run Siblings Bond more so than anything else. And even then, you're probably going to try and run the AGL Tapion and stuff with him instead. So while I wouldn't say it's necessarily a promising category, even that is a bit of a stretch. It's an intriguing category in terms of the variety it has. There's no overlap for it, and that's the biggest problem. You're not going to see this category being run that much. You're not going to be focusing on this category at all, even, I would say. Even Tapion and Minotia support can go only so far before you're struggling for key on this team, I think. So, or even links at all, I should say. So, it's a very interesting move. I don't think its special pose is bad, but it's close. It's definitely close, in my opinion.
Yeah.
What about you? Yeah. What about anything?
Disappointed in the category. We just introduced another pretty dead category. Down the line we'll get more buffs, more Demon King Piccolos and Moros, like you said, but they're not really going to link up with Tapion and Minotia. At most, like, Fierce Battle, Experienced Fighters, maybe Legendary Power, which isn't bad. He will be giving them 20% and 2 key, but I'd much rather have a Siblings Bond unit who's also in the category, like Tapion, AGL Tapion, and Tapion and Minotia. And that rotation is untouchable and heavy offense as well. Like, they're both dropping, like, 3-4 million attack stats each. So I believe that's what AGL Tapion was dropping, or somewhere close to that, like 2 million. It's whatever there, because they share so many links. Does AGL Tapion have Experienced Fighters?
AGL Tapion does, I think. Yes.
Yeah, that's like what, 25% up at link level.
Yes,
10,
pretty sure
something like that. That's a really, really solid buff. But after that, who else do you really even run on the category? Bojack?
Yeah.
Not really. I mean,
No.
technically, I guess you could run the LR in him,
I mean,
but
I think you
why
could
not
run
him on his own
AGL.
team?
You could run AGL Pycon. They share some links, and even then, Pycon also can support depending on the orb changing, right? Or the orb layout. So
I guess
the
it's probably the
Pycon's
best
there.
one
Yeah,
is
Pycon and
having Tapion
I mean, this-
and Pycon is different rotations.
yeah, this gives Pycon another team basically. But beyond that, like you said, it's very, very hard to bring in another member in this team. It's very, very iffy category indeed. I personally don't. I mean, maybe down the line, more units like we mentioned get added. Maybe then, maybe a different leader potentially as well. Actually, hold on a second. I need to just double check one thing. But yeah, it's a very interesting category that I'm not a big. I have hopes for it more than I did for special poses, to be honest. But yeah, okay, I was just checking what Tapion and Minosia's leader skill is, and it's key +3. It should have been key +4 in my opinion. I think it would have been this category could have slid by easily if it was just key +4. But yeah, I'm not a huge fan of it. At the same time, I still think there is promise for it though. But it's another category from Akatsuki that yet again has its issues. Yeah, it's just a very iffy category. Anything else you want to add, Troko?
Nah, it's a pretty disappointing category. I mean, if we had to team build with it, what would you team build with it? I get like Tapion and Minotia, and then
I mean,
Pycon
okay,
rotation.
if you're exclusively linking in, I assume you're just talking about this category, right? This
Yeah, so like I guess Tapion and Minotia as well. How would you even build around them? Their team and siblings bond. What would you do with them?
Okay, if you're including siblings bond, then maybe I would throw in maybe a. Okay, so Tapion and Minotia, of course, would be the leader. AGL Tapion would be in there. I'd probably say AGL Pycon potentially as well could be thrown in there because of his support links. It's just that you have to get those 3 key spheres, which can be very, very iffy, but not impossible. This is a bit of a tricky one.
Movie Gohan, I'd throw in Movie Gohan. He'd work really,
Movie
really well
Gohan for support. Yeah, Movie Gohan for support. Maybe a Trunks, potentially. Or random Kid Trunks, maybe. But even then, there's not that many that
the high
run
school
without
Gohan
Goten.
Awakening or the Great Saiyaman, whatever. The video that's playing in somewhere in this video, you'll probably see him on rotation. I mean, that's probably the best team for Tapion and Minotia. Just AGL Tapion alongside him, and then Pycon on the other rotation. Pycon, of course, you can seal, support 1 rainbow key sphere, and he'll gain like 4 key, as well as a chance to stun. 3 key, I believe, of any orb type. I think it has to be the same color. And then he'll give him 20%
same color,
defense
yeah.
and 2. So he'll be giving, what, 25% attack from Experienced Fighters, like, what, 20% from Fierce Battle? I figured out the level 10s off the top of my head.
Experienced Fighters level 10 is 15%, but yeah, go ahead.
I thought it was higher. Is it
No,
not?
no, no. It's
What did Experienced Fighters
15%.
give? Is it defense as well?
No, it's just attack, 15%.
Huh. Alright, so you'll be given that Fierce Battle. I believe they share a couple more?
I think they share, from what I remember,
Hero?
I think they share... No, they don't share Hero. I'm pretty sure. They share... I want to say they share potentially Cold Judgment, I think. I want to say Cold Judgment.
So yeah, having them as rotation will be pretty
Yeah,
good.
they share
because-
Cold Judgment. They share Cold Judgment.
And Supering won't be bad either, because Tapion, of course, can give support, and then Tapion will be giving 2 key, or will be given 2 key at the start of turn, like, regardless. So it's not the worst category. Like, in the category and his extended category of Siblings Bond, you can team build pretty easily. It's just that a lot of his category is dead weight. Really, out of his entire category, who would you even run on it? Like, under the leader skill? Right now, I'd say it's Tapion Minotia, Pycon, Maybe AGL Bardock, we get another Super Saiyan unit on the line that's really good. AGL Tapion is really, really good. Tora, I guess, if you needed a support really bad. Tech Tapion, of course, is a good unit. Maybe Super Saiyan 3 Bardock. After his EZA, he will have Fierce Battle and Experienced Fighters and maybe another Link. I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah.
The Bardocks. Oh, actually, yeah, the Bardocks, the like the support ones, they could be really interesting.
Yeah, you could throw in Fizz Bardock or SSJ2 STR Bardock when they get an easy, yeah.
And that's about it. Those like 8 units I mentioned are pretty much the only units you would actually pretty much team build around. Not to say the other units are bad, right? I'm not calling like AGO West Kai bad or Demon King Piccolo bad or Bojack bad or anything like that. But just keep in mind, you wouldn't really run Bojack on this team. If you had Bojack, you're running Bojack on Bojack's team. You're not putting him in here. He'll share like 2 links and you would be like nerfing Tapion and Minotia. But I guess any final thoughts on his team building or category or anything like that,
really,
Gale?
No, I'm good.
Yeah, I'm pretty disappointed. I really would have preferred if he led movie heroes. That would have been pretty cool. They would have been a great unit to lead movie heroes. We are needing a new leader. What, it's still just Gogeta and like the couple free-to-play units, so...
Yeah.
Actually, man, I wish he led movie heroes. Movie heroes siblings bond, having that as his support instead, and then being able to run other units that don't have to rely on Over in a Flash and Shocking Speed and Prepared for Battle. Like, Gohan and Goten, having this unit beside them, if he gave him 40% and 4 key with movie Gohan, man, what could have been. I don't know, I'm kind of disappointed, but let us know your thoughts down in the comments below. You like this team, you're summoning for Tapion and Minotia. I wouldn't really recommend it, but it wouldn't be bad. Again, if you have AGL Tapion, this is a like top 3 rotation in the game. Maybe even like top 1. They cannot be touched. Nothing in the game will damage them. So, I mean, best defensive rotation in the game, I'm pretty sure. I mean, I guess AGL, UI Goku, and Evolution Blue Vegeta, but, you know, a little RNG there. But, yeah, I've rambled long enough, Gale. Any closing thoughts?
No, I'm good. That's all. I think we can wrap up there. Leave a like if you enjoyed this category breakdown. Let us know again, like Choco said, your thoughts on the category. And, of course, subscribe for more Dokkan content and other stuff on the 5-9 channel. We'll see you guys in the next one. Take it easy, everybody.